I'm Michael John Wolf, a spokesperson for the law offices of Allan Friedman, here to talk to you with attorney Allan Friedman today about your rights during a DUI stop. At the law offices of Allan Friedman, we want our clients to be informed of their constitutional rights so they know how to handle interactions with the police. Remember, always be polite and non-confrontational with police, but do not answer any questions, do not consent to any police searches of your home or car, and remain silent and insist on calling the law offices of Allan Friedman before you say or do anything. So, you had a great evening out with your friends, you visited several bars and enjoyed a few drinks, and now you made the wrong decision to try and get behind the wheel and drive home. At the time, you felt like you might be okay to drive, but now suddenly you see those flashing police lights behind you and your heart starts to race. Your mind starts to panic as you think about the possibility of being charged with a DUI and seeing your name posted online in the police blotter. Now, what should you do? Attorney Allan Friedman is going to explain your constitutional rights and let you know how to handle that roadside DUI stop. By intelligently using the law on your side, you can put yourself in a much better legal position. Here's Attorney Friedman to explain how to handle the police.
Hi, I'm Attorney Allan Friedman, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to handle yourself if you're under investigation for a DUI. First of all, if you're being pulled over for a DUI, let's understand the role of the police officer and what the police officer's job is, okay? The police officer's sole job is to try to make a DUI arrest. They've already made up their mind that you're under the influence and they're going to do everything they can to get as much evidence as they can against you and get a conviction. So that's their job. Let's not help build their case against you. Let's let the police officer build their own case. Method number two, or tip number two I have for you in dealing with a DUI investigation is when the police officer is pulling you over, stop as quickly as possible in a safe place that's safe for the police officer. And I want you to observe these special precautions. I want you to lower your window right away so you don't have to do it when the police officer comes up. And I want you to turn off your ignition and put the interior lights on. Put your hands on the steering wheel so the police officer can see them. Don't make any sudden movements and be polite and friendly. The police officer is just doing their job. Remember, in tip number one, their job is to build a case against you. So just understand it's not personal. They're just doing their job, right? So don't be rude or obnoxious. Just be friendly and cordial. Things will go a lot more smoothly if you're just a nice person. Tip number three is, remember, they're building their case against you. Don't help them. So remain silent. It's your constitutional right to remain silent at all times and not incriminate yourself. So don't say anything that can tend to incriminate yourself. One of the first things the police officer is going to do, and they're going to ask you, have you been drinking? Right? That's a classic question. So unfortunately, a lot of people are just nice folks and they just want to be nice to the policeman. They're like, yeah, I've been drinking, but I only had 2 drinks. I only had 3 drinks. You know what? Don't answer the question, because as soon as you say, yeah, I've been drinking, you're helping to build their case. They just checked off an element of the case. They've been drinking, you admitted it, so better to say, officer, am I being detained or am I free to go? If you can remember that, and that's a great thing to say, and they say, no, you're being detained for a DUI investigation. You say, okay, I want to exercise my right to remain silent. I'm not going to say anything. You know what? If you want to be a little nicer and a little more politically correct, you could say, officer, I'd like to speak to a lawyer before I answer any questions. That's a little nicer rather than just being so confrontational to say, I'm not going to answer your questions, because usually that gets the police officers down this road saying, you know what, this could go nice or it could go hard. You can make this easy or you can make it difficult. Yeah, I'm going to make it difficult on you because I'm going to make you build your case. I'm not going to give you your case. I'm not going to admit everything that I did wrong today and confess everything. I'm going to make you prove the case. Go ahead and prove the case. So we're going to move on to tip number 4, which is never participate in any field sobriety tests. These tests are the stupidest tests I've ever seen. They are standardized tests that every police department uses, and they're the 3 dumbest tests ever. And they ask you to do them on the most ridiculous circumstances. You could be pulled over on the side of a highway with cars zipping by. You could have people blowing the horn, yelling out, hey, idiot, don't drink and drive. And then you're trying to do this test with the leg in the air and walking back and forth, looking like an idiot. Meanwhile, the police officer It has a camera recording everything you're doing that they can play back to the jury in case I decide to take this case to trial with you and try to get an acquittal. And that evidence is really damning. So you know what? Just don't participate in the field sobriety test. You have nothing to gain, everything to lose. This is a test that I've never seen anyone pass the test and get like an A. I got an A on my field sobriety test. I aced it. Nobody ever aces the field sobriety test. Everyone always fails because a police officer finds something and you're doing it under terrible conditions. You could be doing it in the rain, in the wind, on the side of the road, flashing strobe lights, flashlight in your eye. You're blinded, you can't see. So don't do a field sobriety test. Final tip, tip number 5. Don't ever do a chemical test. And they're going to bring it down to the police station and they're going to put you in front of a crazy machine. Now they do have the option to do a urine test or a blood test, but they're usually going to have the breathalyzer test with this crazy technology that's totally inaccurate and gives hocus pocus readings. And most of the local police departments in this Fairfield County area, the machines haven't been calibrated for years. Some of them go back 6-7 years since they've been calibrated. So who knows what kind of results are going to come out of this crazy machine. Don't blow into it, because if you blow into that machine, whatever reading comes out of there, when the prosecutor sees that on a page or a judge sees that number, it's like gospel. Oh my God, his reading was so high. Don't blow into it. It's better to refuse. Don't take the test unless you're 100% certain that you haven't been drinking anything and maybe you're high on marijuana or some other substance. Then possibly you want to roll the dice and take the test. Otherwise, don't take the test. DUI is kind of a very complicated subject beyond the scope of this short video. If you want to talk about your case, call me. There's no obligation. I always talk to anybody, and I actually spend a lot of time talking to people about their cases. Call me anytime. I'm very approachable.
Thanks for watching our presentation today. Remember, you have the right to remain silent and should always contact an attorney before answering any questions. If you've been charged with a DUI and need legal representation, we urge you to review the materials available online at our webpage, www.allanffriedmanlaw.com, or call us right now at 203-357-5555 for a free initial consultation. Attorney Friedman has been defending DUI cases for 28 years and has had hundreds of his clients' cases dismissed. While past performance does not guarantee future results, the law offices of Allan Friedman will leave no stone unturned to fight for the best possible result in your DUI or criminal case. We urge you to consider 4 factors when considering a DUI attorney. 1. Does the attorney have excellent online client reviews? 2. Will the attorney that you hire personally handle your case, or will they send some young first-year associate with you to court? 3. Does your attorney charge reasonable, fair, flat-rate fees? 4. Will your attorney provide you with his personal cell phone number and remain in close contact with you throughout your case? Why not contact the law offices of Allan Friedman today to have a free case evaluation and see how he can put his 28 years of experience defending DUI cases to work for you. Thanks again for watching our presentation, and please do not hesitate to contact the office if you have any additional questions. Call us 24/7 at 203-357-5555.